Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host. So I thought I'd do a different type of video now and explain and show you how I do all my bits and pieces and what I do in the morning when I'm not on the Discord, when I'm not doing a video, when I'm not streaming. So it's 1:45 a.m. and at the moment the first project of the day is based around the Azeal's RMT2. It's set up there, tablet. I've just finished and uploaded the video doing like a part kind of review on it and how much I love it. And now I'm going to spend the next 10, 15, 20, 30 hour over here connecting all my wireless stuff to it. See, this works best as a wireless. The only dongle that I'm going to have connected to it is the one for the Logitech Pro headset. That is the only dongle connect to it, and the power cord, of course. Going to have my Bluetooth wireless Elite thingy connected to it. Going to have my Logitech Bluetooth thingy, the MX. Gorgeous these are. And I'm going to connect my Keychron keyboard to it via Bluetooth as well. And then I'm going to make sure my Quest 3 wireless connection to it is all updated and ready to be used. And therefore, within that setup there, I have a way of doing everything, pretty much everything possible. Now, this is the outlier unit. This one may not stay here, may not get used. Why? Because the mic on it isn't the best in the world. I would not record a video with this mic here. No, I wouldn't. So instead of this, just let me pause this now. Okay, instead of the Logitech headset for use with this, I plugged in my mod mic and I'm going to pair my Q45 Soundcore headset. These are amazing headphones and they're also my favourite noise cancelling ones for walking around the house. They're beautiful and got good charge time, and paired with the mod mic connected by the magnetic strip on the side. This is good enough to do vlogs and everything on that system. So I'm going to make sure everything, all of this stuff is paired to it and ready to go. It's fully charged. So for the what if situations, this is my project here. All this stuff here could be grabbed in a bag and I could leave my house and I could still do 99% of my coping strategies just based around this simple unit. So then I'm going to get my backpack that I have and I'm going to put together, pack all this away in it and make sure it's all in there with a couple of battery backups for it and see how all of this goes together like that. And then we'll take it in the backyard and I will see how it goes using all this stuff in the backyard and things like that. It will be my what happens if I have to go into hospital, what happens if I have to go away, if some disaster befalls this area I live in and everything goes to shit. It's my I can sleep at night because I know I've got this ready. So yeah, all of that needs to be done, then everything needs to be charged, then everything needs to be connected in. And generally, that's my first project for tonight, but it's just coming up to 1:50, and that means I'm going to go downstairs and have my breakfast. Yes, it's 1 again. I've changed my sleeping habits now. I go to bed at about 6 o'clock at night, and I sleep till about 1 o'clock in the morning. This seems to fit my brain far better than trying to sleep later. And this could work better for a lot of things I do. So that's why at 2 a.m. in the morning I am going to go down and have my Huel milkshake, and I'll pause this and you're going to see all different projects that I work on. Okay, so it's all set up now. I'm just installing a few games and updating them. The controls all connected, mouse wireless. The entire wireless connection is set up and working. Tested a few games, and generally speaking, this is like, let's say, let's put it back over here. Let's say the power went out. Let's say I had to work off battery backup. I wanted to work off battery backup. I could set all this up and within like 5 minutes be able to continue doing all the things that I do. All the coping strategies, everything that I need is in that laptop. This helps me sleep at night. Better to have and not need than need and not have. That is always the principle I've had to work towards, keeping myself going every day. So that's the first project done. I'm going to go through and install a few more games. I'm just tweaking a few little bits and pieces, deciding what to add to the system, because he only has 2 terabytes and I want to keep it to a closed system basically, so it can just run with everything on there. The wireless system on it seems to be working perfectly. The Bluetooth connections are working perfectly, and it's at its most that will draw 140 watts. That means I can run it for days and days and days on something like my generator under here, or my electric battery generator under here, or the one downstairs. I could use it even in the winter without taxing the system too much. So yeah, it has, if the power goes out, if problems like that, this is the system that gets put together and boom, it's all done. I'm going to charge everything up. After this, I'm going to put it all the way in. I've got a backpack. I'm trying to remember where my backpack is. Give me a second. I'm on a journey. I'm going to go find my backpack. Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host. It is now 2:30 and I've just spent the last 30 minutes downstairs with my head inside the cubby hole, taking everything out of there, just looking for the bits and pieces. I went in there looking for a backpack and I couldn't find it. It's probably up in the attic. So instead I found my GTFO bag. I get the GTFO. This is the one it will go into. It's got a set of clothing and everything, all the bits and pieces. It's got power cables. It's set up for any eventuality. I will put all this kind of stuff in there. I won't keep it anywhere out of the way. I'll keep it so that I can gain access to it easily, because I do use the tablet, but it's like this is where it should be stored when I'm not using it type of situation. So all of that will go in there once it's all fully charged. For now anyway. Just as let's see if this works. So yeah, I went downstairs just to find something and found something else. So I have 2 GTFO bags. One with more clothing than the other. They're both kept in the cubbyhole downstairs, ready to go if I have to leave. All I have to do is add a few things like my phones and the bits and pieces that get used by my AR glasses and my Steam Deck just get thrown in there, things like that. So we are here at this point, back upstairs after having done tweaked things. So my brain just sort of went down a little rabbit hole of what software did I need on my little tablet over there. And then I realised that there's absolutely no way I can fit all the things I want to fit on there. So therefore I've got to find something that I can add to it. So now we're going to have to get out. I keep a 4 terabyte drive on me at all times. Whatever I'm wearing, I will have a 4 terabyte drive. I'm not kidding you. And it's in a EMP proof thingy. Let me show you. There. Inside this little fireproof, well, fire resistant thingy is this 4 terabyte crucial drive. Ready to be plugged into any device. Yeah, this is the rabbit hole that my brain goes in. And it gets kept just put in there. I feel completely and totally naked if this isn't inside that little pocket there with me, just in case. On here is everything I would need to rebuild what I have. It is the core part of it all. And now I'm just going to look inside it to make sure it's got absolutely everything I thought it had on, because now I'm freaking out though it doesn't have certain things on, and I want to make sure they're on there. And now I am backing up all the stuff from my main computer and tweaking and seeing if there's anything that I've missed, and just recopying over my documents folder and my pictures folders and my PDF folders, just in case there's anything that isn't there. And yes, this is while my other computer over here is still doing its work, still copying things that I wanted to make sure would get copied, and all those kind of things are done on there. And now I've got about 20 other games to install on there, so back in a minute. So it's now 3:11 a.m. and the setup there is almost completely installed, all the bits and pieces I wanted to install. On here I'm just moving a lot more stuff to my 4 terabyte drive because it doesn't have some items in there that I thought it would have on. Yes, this is how it normally goes. I start one project, I end up doing 3 other more chop projects. The dogs are just having a nice restful time. And while all of this is doing, I might just get in some Beat Sabers, so pause this again. Heyo, I'm back. Okay, I did my Beat Saber. I did a bug report for the Pimax people because there's still a few issues I'm facing with the lighthouse tracking. So that's been done. It's now 3:55 a.m. I'm still copying over data to the 4 terabyte drive from here. Now I'm doing the pictures, I've done the documents, I've answered some emails, I'm about to pause this while I check my finances for the day. Okay, I've checked the bank, I've checked my budgeting software, they're both in line. That's what I have to do. I have to check how much is in the bank, and then I have to check my own home budgeting software and see if they both got the same amounts and showing the same amounts in the account, because things can go out of sync and that, so that's all thingy. You think, it may seem like I'm so organised and that, but no, each of these things that I'm doing, each of the things that I go through, like checking my email and doing all this, is so that my brain doesn't go in a bad direction, so it doesn't panic, so it doesn't cause anxiety, so it doesn't cause issue. I brush my teeth because otherwise my brain will focus on the fact that my teeth feel all furry, and that bothers me. I have a shower not because I'm dirty, but because my skin might start to itch and it bothers me. I cut my hair because my hair, once it grows after a certain amount, it's going to bother me. That's the thing. Everything I do, all these projects, everything I do is things that come to mind and I've got to deal with straight away. Like, I didn't know that when I mentioned my drive that I kept on here, I'd have to get it out and make sure all the stuff's updated and go through that. That's an added extra thing that I'm doing at the moment. So I've got, like, there's another project that needs to be done, but at the moment I don't want to do it because I need those parts to be thinking, but I need also to do it at the same time. So I'm just going to put some of the items, because it's bothering me that the items that are connected to that computer aren't on charge at the moment. They should be on charge, even though I don't need to put them on charge at the moment, but right now they need to be on charge. So I'm going to go charge the peripherals that I've connected up with that system, so that if they're charged and they can go away, even though they don't need to go away, but they've got to go away, and therefore they've got to be charged. Back in a minute. Okay. The mouse and the Q45 Soundcore headphones and the mod mic are all on charge at the moment. That makes me feel better. That's something that isn't affecting me. See, no matter how normal things can seem, everything is a coping strategy. Literally everything I do. I do my dishes downstairs, not because I want to have a clean sink, but because if there's dishes in the sink, it bothers me. Everything bothers me. Literally everything bothers me, and everything. And this is why I wear my noise cancelling headphones. This is why I listen to my audiobook when I leave my desk and when I go places, because then I can low level concentrate on the story in the audiobook, instead of noticing everything around the house that needs to be sorted right then and there, and everything that needs to be researched right then and there, which might make, and it's a balance, because on the one hand, I want the story of the audiobook to be interesting enough to be low level. I can listen to it, I can walk around the house and do other things. But if it's too interesting, then I'll sit down where I am and get nothing done for the rest of the day. And then when I do stop listening to it, my brain will go absolutely crazy because there's so many things that I missed, that I didn't do, that will instantly hit me. So it's a balancing act in that as well. And so sometimes it looks like I'm so focused and I get so much done in the thingy, but it's all part of a coping strategy to stop my brain going a bit weird and messing me up, and me going catatonic, and me just freezing up, because that's the worst thing. The worst thing that can happen is, well, not worst thing, but one of the worst things that can happen is total, complete inaction, complete mental fatigue, where I get to the point where there's so many things I'm supposed to be sorting that my brain can't move on from that particular point, and I am like frozen in place for hours at a time, because nothing can, there's just too much, and I haven't done it when it came up. This is why I have to, you'll see me bounce around and pausing and doing all this, and it's the only way I can survive. This is what happens when you're not... See, the medication for... There's medications both to help with autistic, there's medication to help with bipolar and ADHD. But unfortunately, in 2019, we did look into them, and for my personal brain, the way my brain is, the way my genetics are in that, I am very, very thingy to getting the predisposed to getting the side effects. And of course, if you've got these problems and you start getting side effects, then you focus on the side effects, and the side effects become more of a thingy, and then you can't function anyway because you're focusing on the side effects from the medication that's supposed to be helping you to deal with the side effects. And this is why we didn't go down that route. It's now 4:06 a.m. I've been up since 1 a.m. 3 hours. The doggies are both asleep. They look so adorable on their beds. Let me show you. As you can see, Bertie's tongue is sticking out of his tongue's too big for his mouth. So when he goes to sleep, his tongue is always outside his mouth. So adorable. And you look, that's the paw that had all that wound on. And now it's just a bit of pink flesh. It's fine now. And Beryl, of course, is down here asleep. So, back here. Yay! You get to see my craziness. Woohoo! And yes, files are still copying over onto this drive, and I'm still trying to stop myself from thinking about other things that need to be done. So many other things need to be charged up and ready and charged and ready and charged. I am splendiferously awake and alive, and yay! And I want to be outside. I want to be out. In fact, it's raining. I can't go outside. I want to be outside in the backyard using my lightsaber and practicing with my lightsaber, but I can't because it's raining and it's wet out there and it's 4 freaking a.m. in the morning. Yep. This is the Jason. This is what happened. This is what we deal with. And I've just remembered another thing that I've got in this house. This house is so much protected from fire. It's not that this firehouse couldn't get on fire, but I know about it. Why? Because every primary room has two completely different smoke alarms, and they also do the carbon monoxide thing. So yes, this room, my computer room, has the Nest, which is a cloud-based, amazing and very sensitive fire and carbon monoxide detector over that side of the room, and over this side of the room near the server cupboard is another one, a completely separate one that isn't wireless, that is just one of the better ones you can buy thingy. And this happened because one night, 2 a.m, I woke up, I'm just sitting down, my brain is saying, hey, you know what happened if your Nest cloud-based thingies failed? You could die in your sleep because of smoke and because of carbon monoxide and because of fire. And then that didn't bother me. I thought to myself, that would be actually quite a peaceful way for me personally to go. I just wouldn't wake up. I mean, I'm sorry, but when it comes to death, I've seen enough death in my life that the idea of dying in my sleep is quite appealing. I've seen a lot of people that didn't die in their sleep, and it's not fun. But then I thought to myself, but what about the doggies? And the doggies were my thought, and I said, okay, get on Amazon, order, research, go off Amazon, go onto Reddit, research the best advanced but not wireless, not cloud-based version. And I did, and I found them, and I got them for each room. So the same goes with every single room in this house has, pause this, every room in this house has at least one fire extinguisher ready to go. And these are the Fire Exo, really good quality ones. You can research these guys. Now, these are ones that are good for small fires. But this was any kind of fires. I've also got a fire blanket in the hallway as well as a fire blanket downstairs. So I have multiple fire extinguishers around the upstairs because this room is full of electricals as well. So it's not me being responsible. It's me being able to not have that cause an issue where when these bad things happen, when my brain has a car crash for any reason, whether it's, oh my God, what happens if the house catches fire? How are you going to deal with that? I can't just put it off. I can't put it to the side and work on something else. I've got to find a solution, or I won't sleep, or I won't be able to do a stream. I won't be able to talk to friends. I won't be able to do anything until I solve that issue. So yes, my house is prepared for nearly every kind of disaster. But it's not because I'm a prepper. It's not because I'm a doomsday person. It's because it allows me to function. And now we're just testing my blood pressure and my oximeter thing. So 94-95% oxygen level is perfect for me, and my pulse is 69-70, which is perfect for me. That's done. I have to do my obs now and then. Once again, I do this because I can suffer from health anxiety and panic attacks is related to my health. Well, the whole point is I am in remission from cancer, and I have dealt with a lot of problems to do with all that. I have dealt with a lot of stress in my life. My heart could have issues. So I will just pause this while I'm quiet, because you have to be quiet when you're taking your blood pressure. So, okay, so we're at 139/88, which isn't brilliant, but it actually is in line. My blood pressure has always been high for my entire life. I've always had high blood pressure. So as long as it doesn't go into the red, the only medication I take is for basically blood pressure and for my heart. Those are the only medications I'm on. And I remember back in, I think it was 2010, I caused a doctor to basically almost have a heart attack. I was in town picking up some bits and pieces for Paola, and I was feeling a bit lightheaded. And Paola had said a few times that maybe I should have my blood pressure checked again to see how it's going. And so, okay, I thought, there's a walk-in clinic here, and it looks kind of empty, and it was. So I basically got seen with her and just said I'd like to have my blood pressure checked. So the nurse takes me into the doctor, a very nice man, and we're sitting there, and he gets out one of these electronic ones and he uses on me, and he looks at the screen. I wasn't really bothered by it, but it was I think it was 200/150. 200/150. I should have been dead, basically. He looked at it, and then he got out an old school one, the old mercury-filled ones with the pump that you pump and that, and he put that on me. And he did it again, and he came up with the same reading, and he said, "Now, I don't want you to panic." A doctor is telling autistic me, which didn't know I was autistic, but mentally having issues person don't. And so he says, "I'm going to call an ambulance, I don't want you to panic. I'm going to call an ambulance. And I was like, no, you can't. I've got to get home to Paola. I've got to get to Paola. My wife's disabled. And nurse says, no, you're not leaving this office. You're not leaving this office. You've got to stay here. If it comes to it, we'll hang you. But we need to just have a get to the. And so paramedics came quite quickly. Actually, it must have been a blue light special or something. Because they were there within like 5-10 minutes. It was crazy. And then they took my blood pressure on their machine and they looked at the doctor and he looked at them. He says, okay, we're taking you into the hospital. I was like, no, I've got to go home. Paola needs me. And the paramedic was saying, you're not going to be much good for anyone if you don't get this sorted right now. So we went in and I was feeling fine. I wasn't thinking or anything, just a bit lightheaded. And then they said, this should have been picked up long ago. It looks like your body's we went through all the normal stuff of them taking my blood pressure. They said, have you been eating too much salt and everything like that, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no. Oh, but you can't tell. Everything's got salt in it. Went on all that. Of course, they came back about 10-15 minutes later because they had a rush job on the blood thing is because they thought I was going to die. They thought I was going to fall over dead. And they came back and my blood showed that I did not have high cholesterol. I did not have high, even though I'm a big person, I did not have high cholesterol. I did not have high blood sugar or high salt. My bloods were pretty much perfect. So screw you, doctors, for not trusting me when I said that I wasn't eating too much salt and that. Fucking hell. And so then they started me on Ramipril straight away and a few other bits and pieces. And yeah. This is the thing. I never used to go to the doctors for me. I was so focused on looking after Paola, I did not ever look after myself back then. So yes, I have a naturally very high thingy. So when my shows us 140 over 89 or 139 or 135 over 89, that's really, really good for me. Really good. So yeah, we got distracted by that, didn't we? We got distracted by that. Well, that's done. I've took my blood test. That is why I keep these. I keep these here because once again, it's not about keeping an eye on my health. It's about making sure that if my brain says, ooh, is your heart beating fast? Are you feeling lightheaded? Do you have enough oxygen? Have you got COVID without knowing? Are you going to die? Blah, 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 blah. And I can cut that off at the pass by just getting out the thingies and doing the obs and checking things like that. So this is what my day goes like. As you can see, going to bed at 6 p.m. and sleeping till, I'll do a video specifically on it, but going to bed at 6 p.m. and sleeping on and off. Basically, when I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I go back to bed, and basically I get about between 6 and 7 hours sleep. That is brilliant. But I can't sleep at a normal time for some reason. If I went to bed at midnight, if I went to bed at 2 a.m, if I tried to wear myself up, I would probably get 2 hours sleep, maximum. But this way, going to bed at 6 p.m-ish, 5 p.m, 6 p.m, and sleeping till 1 or 2 p.m. seems to fit me perfectly. And I've got more energy. I've got more things to deal with all the things that come up. Yes. Now, where's checking to render? Pause this. So now it's time for me to check my body data to see how I am. And that's first using Whoop, which connects to this thing here that's on my body all the time. showing a 54% recovery. Sleep is we're actually 62% sleep, which is actually really good. It's usually lower, much lower than. I've done an activity. I slept for 5 hours 23 minutes in total. Deep sleep, I got 5 hours 23 sleep. That's pretty amazing. I went to sleep from 18:19. According to this, I entered sleep at 19 minutes past 6 and woke up started to wake up at 0:39, so 39 minutes past midnight. So I can keep an eye on things like that. My HRV is improving, my sleep performance is better. I've already used up 1,154 calories. This because it's got all the sensors and that, it's really accurate. But you know what I'm like with backups. So yep, so where is it? Where is everything? Then I've got the Garmin, which does the other same things, but on my other wrist, and so I can compare them both, and they both pretty much work out together. So that's all done. I've checked that. All that's done. Now we go to bHaptic. There. This is the bHaptic app. I've showed people it before. It's a role-play game for life, basically. Brilliant for people with ADHD and stuff like that, for rewarding yourself for doing the things that you'd normally have to do anyway. I'm at the moment to level 35 rogue in here. You can go on quests and do all stuff like that. It's brilliant. You get pets and you have to look after your pets and you collect different outfits for yourself and everything and all these kind of things. But I've got all my daily things that I can tick off each day. Things that I would do daily. Getting the dog poop up. 1 hour of a TV series. Working on any project. Practicing with the saber. Checking on friends. Checking Discord. Taking medication. All of these things are little daily quests are in here. And when I do them, like I've checked my email, I click that off. Have a wash, I did that. I've checked Discord. Work on any project? Well, yeah, I've been working on multiple projects. Check on friends? Yeah, I checked on friends. I did my Beat Saber. I found a potato. I just found a potato. Why? Oh my God, that was over there. That should be here. My apology, because I moved that over there because I was doing something at the back there. So it didn't pick up as well. So my apology for not picking up so well. Don't know how long that's been like that, but we're continuing with this, which is a long form video. So yeah, this is also part of my thingy. And then as well as the dailies, I have habits, which have just like going on VRchat, and if I want to do any of these things, if I go up the attic or do some cleaning or I listen to an audiobook, I get bonuses for doing all that. It's all little quests that to do habits and stuff like that. And that all helps me to focus, and it's another layer of reward for doing the things that I'm supposed to do anyway. It's a to-do list that actually works for people with autism and stuff like that, because most to-do lists don't. But this one, it's a game. So yeah. So yes, my apology for this being over there. I hopefully picked up. Was probably quite quiet for a little while, but hey. So now we're going to just pause this while I check something else. Now I'm just crossing over some more music to my 4 terabyte drive that I'll keep in my pocket. So that's doing. Oh. Found an old. Back in a minute. When I was searching through the cubbyhole downstairs, I found an old game that I'm going to put in the pile of games from the retro PC. Original Lemmings on PC. Oh, so it's got the original Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings for Windows. Which version of Windows is it? Ooh. System requirements. Windows. Literally, that's all it says. System requirements, learn in Windows. Let me just check the disk and make sure it's okay. Yep, the disk's fine, in perfect condition. Let me just check. It's got something under here. Oh, it's got one of those RF tags on it. So this should work on any Windows. Hopefully, it'll work on Windows 98 SE. There. Cool. It's amazing what you find when you're doing other things. So yes, that is there. So we are now at 4:40 in the morning. I'm quite happy with the amount of stuff I've done. I'm actually waiting on a couple of things now. I'm copying over some files to my 4 terabyte drive. I'm talking to all of you. I want to be doing something else, but that something else has got to wait. And the something else has got to wait because, give me a second, it can't wait. I need to find a mouse. So yes. I now have a wired mouse connected to this computer here because the wireless mount is over there being charged. And it bothers me that it's being charged because I wanted to use it to transfer files and I can't transfer files because it's being charged. Yes, this is my life. And literally because my Q45 headphones for noise cancelling for going around the house are over there being charged, I've got my backup ones here, which are my Galaxy Buds, which these are connected to. These are connected to my phone here with my audiobook and everything. So everything is fine, everything is wonderful. I have all my coping strategies and still set up. And my audio books at the moment I'm listening to, it's let's just go over to here. Command Authority, which is written by Cheney Mixon, Mixon, Cheney, Chaney Mixon. This is the 3rd book or the 4th book in the series. I'm really enjoying it. This is a how can I put it? This is a series of books about military life and about space. How to put it best? There was a great war against an enemy that attacked a long time ago, and to battle it, defeated, they created these massive ships. These ships were built out of asteroids, and they were a thug weapon. Basically, they were a punch it in the face weapon. The enemies might have more numbers than us, but basically they took an asteroid and they put thousands of missile batteries, thousands of laser batteries on it, and powered it from inside with massive fusion movement drives, and also a quantum drive so it could jump, and literally was meant to jump into a place, melt everything. It wasn't subtle. It's the equivalent of our old style battleships, the real battleships. So there's only one of them left and it was a museum. And then these enemies are coming back, and someone's put in charge of it and has to start rebuilding it, because the person who's in charge of the museum has been reading up on all the stuff and has been doing data on all what things, and he thinks, yeah, they're coming back. We've got to prepare, and cost cutting has meant they've cut down all of the stuff and that, because it's been hundreds of years since they last were there and that, and they think everything's gone back to normal. This is the way it is. Military, when you have peace, your people don't want to pay taxes and don't want to keep all of the military stuff going because, oh, no one's attacking at the moment. And so it gets lackadaisical in that. It's a normal thing that happens, sadly. And so, yeah, I'm really enjoying that book. And that's the one I'm listening to at the moment when I leave my desk to go and do things. And I'll either listen to it or thingy, or I'll put this, or I'll have my Q45s connected to it as well. And just whatever will keep me going. Wow, this is going to be a long ass video. Woo, no one's going to have a chance. No one's going to have the time to watch this thing. So many projects, so many little bits and pieces to do. And keeping an eye on the cameras, make sure nothing bad's happening outside, because that's a good thing that I can do that, and I don't have to peer around a curtain to look outside. I've got my cameras and all these bits and pieces. Oh my god, 1.45 terabytes worth of stuff is being transferred to this. I think it's got enough room. Yes, it has. I'm transferring a backup copy to this thing of all my recent AI stuff that I've been doing, all the AI bits and pieces are all being transferred over to this 4 terabyte. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to plug this next to another one, and I'm going to make a backup of the backup. So I've got a backup of a backup of a backup. You know me. Yes. And so I am exploring and tweaking and seeing what's going on, and generally by now that computer behind me should be all packed away in the bag, just sitting in the corner ready to be used if need be, but they're in the GFO bag if not. And I should be moving on to the next one because I have another project down here, my Pymega Tough Book. I want to get that out on this table, and I want to tweak it and access it and play with it. And it's not out at the moment, it's just charging out down there, because this project with the actual thingy has taken a lot of my time, and that instigates another project. And I'm also doing this with all of you. So we are coming up to almost 5 o'clock, 4:53 in the morning. So this is what you see when this is what I'm doing when I'm not on Discord. This is what I'm doing when I'm still looking around other projects, other things, other bits and pieces, all around my place, and I'm like, ooh, that's got to be done. That's got to be done. That's got to be done. I need to sort out that. That's got to be sorted. Oh, that's okay, but that hasn't. I've got to get the 360 on. I need to turn the 360 on, and I need to import all the data for that and contact the person who made it and ask them how this goes and how splendiferous that works. And then I need to wait till the stuff is charged over there, and when it's all charged up, that can all go in the bag as well as part of my GTFO that will hopefully never need to be used, but it's going to be there anyway. And ooh, that 1.44 terabyte says it's going to take over 1 day to transfer, so this computer may be on for a while. Hopefully it won't take that long. Crazy days. Yes. Now, we have a moment of quiet, a moment of peace. And I think this is long enough. We're up to 49 minutes. No. We can do something else now. No, we can't. We've got to do it separately. Where the chicken soup. We've got to do it separately. Where the chicken soup. Woo. Okay. I think it's time we uploaded this. Bye.